Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Banjo Kazooie. On this episode, whoops, kind of overshot that. On this episode, we are going to be getting that last puzzle piece I told you about last time. As you see, I've become a bee. You need to use the bee's flight power in order to get up to it. And I just decided to leave that for this episode so we could at least get one puzzle piece, so it wouldn't be too long of an episode for you. So there we have 10 puzzle pieces in Gruntilda's Lair. And we finally hear the puzzle piece thing. So if we look at our view totals now, we see Gruntilda's Lair 10, 100%, 100%, 100%, yep, 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 and here we go, Cliq Lockwoods finally. And then of course we have our stop and swap items. So we have 100% in every level now. So there's one thing left to show you guys before we move on, and that is just recapping what we've done in Gruntilda's Lair. Oh, Mobile Magic is weak. Okay, so throughout Gruntilda's Lair we've talked to many Brentildas. We haven't talked to all of them though, and so that's what we're going to do now. We have to go to every Brentilda switch, and with a pen and paper it would be good if you wrote down all of the answers to what she says, because we're going to need them for the next part of the game. We won't need all of them, but, well, we might need all of them. It's, you know, the whole Schrodinger's cat. We'll need all of them at the same time as we won't need all of them, except, you know, the cat's not dead. So, my belly's big, it's rather neat. It's years since I've seen my feet. Gruntilda. I love reading what she has to say. So, I'm going to go through all of the Brentilda's locations in order of where you would find them in her lair. So, the first one is in this big room right here, and it's just to the right of where you enter from the note door. We go here, and here's our first Brentilda switch. Now, since I originally did the first videos, I had to restart the file because recording failed, so, you know, just go to your Brentilda and write down what she says, because every file she has random answers. So, yeah. So, yeah. Alright, so let's see what this Brentilda has to say. Brushes her rotten teeth with moldy cheese flavored toothpaste. She also washes her hair with baked beans. Yuck. And she gets her clothes from the witch's warehouse. Alright, so there we have the first three Gruntildas. So I'm just going to cut to each Gruntilda. I'll show you the three things Brentilda, sorry. Show the three things she says, and then we shall move on. So I'll see you guys at the next Brentilda location. Alright, the second Brentilda location that we came across in the game, although we didn't come across later, was in the puzzle switch here to Cliq Lockwoods next to Treasure Trove Cove. Here's this Brentilda. Let's see what she has to say. Ugly Grunty's nickname was Cauldron Butt at Witch's School. Witch School, I guess. I also know that putrid parrot puke is her favorite smell. And the old hag's favorite color is ghastly gray. Alright, so that's this Brentilda, so let's move on to the next one and see what that one has to say. Alright, our third Brentilda location is actually the first one I showed you guys in this game, and it is up here above the entrance to Clanker's Cavern over here. So this Brentilda has to tell us. Grunty wears a reinforced girdle under that repulsive dress of hers. She's also got this nasty pet dog whose name is Big Naka. And my sister sings in her own band, Grunty and the Cauldron Crew. They're awful. Alright, so there's that Gruntilda switch, and we're just going to come over here and get some red feather, or not Gruntilda switch, there's that Brentilda. So, moving on to the next one now. Alright, the next Brentilda location is behind this big Gruntilda statue in, near, you know, this big yellow fish. So I don't think I showed this one in the original, but here she says, my lazy sister often sleeps on a pile of treasure, the dirty hag. The only thing she's ever won was the sweatiest socks competition at witch school. And she's often boasts of appearing on the cover of Fat Hag Monthly, polishing her crystal ball. Alright, so this is this Gruntilda, or Brentilda switch. So, moving on to the next one, I'm not going to cut this one because it's literally right next to it. Going down this pipe here to where we first went to Bubblegloop Swamp. She is in this one here. And she tells us, my fat old sister's favorite sport is loogie flicking. Ugh. Although she's dim, she attended Fat Hag High. And you won't believe that Gruntilda's party trick is eating a bucket of beans. Alright, so there's 2 Brentilda switches, or not, why do I keep saying switches? 2 more Brentilda locations, so let's move on to the next one here. Alright then, our next Gruntilda switch, or not, I keep saying Gruntilda switch. Our next Brentilda location is the one right behind the Gobi Valley entrance here. And what does this one have to say? Grunty's best friend at which school was the awful Sweaty Betty. When relaxing, she usually reads Warty Girl's Weekly magazine, while sipping a glass of her favorite smoothie elephant sweat. Ugh. This is way too much information that I needed to know. Alright, so the next Brentilda location is up on Gruntilda's hat here with all these eggs, which I don't know why I'm collecting, because I almost have the maximum number of eggs you can carry anyway. So, what does this Brentilda have to say to us about Gruntilda? The disgusting Gruntilda has rat bagels for breakfast. Then she usually has slug stew for dinner. Warp eggs then finishes with rat sorbet for dessert. Okay, well I guess that's got a theme there, all the meals she eats in a day. Well, rat bagels probably sounds disgusting. Anyway, moving on to the next one. Alright, the next Brentilda location isn't that far away from the last one. This is the entrance where you go to Mad Monster Mansion here. It's actually just along this very treacherous looking path. This is why it's treacherous. Oh. Wow, I think that's the first time I've actually died. Anyways, once you make it along the path here, we see there is a Brentilda location. There's a little hole there, but we'll touch on that later in this video. So, this Brentilda has to say, revolting Gruntilda's bedroom has dirty undies hanging from the ceiling. She also has an eyeball flower growing in a pot beside her bed. Filthy old bag. And you'd be sick if you saw her enormous spotty purple undies hanging from her ceiling, no doubt. Alright, well, let's just move on. Alright then, the next Brentilda location is behind one of these gravestones in outside Mad Monster Mansion. And these things will come and attack us, so just be careful of that. I don't exactly recall which one it is, though. Oh, it's this one over here, far to the right. So, what does this Brentilda have to say to us? Did you know Wartbags keeps a loogie-filled hanky in her pocket for luck? I've also seen my sister cuddling a scary teddy bear in bed at night. And she's really proud of her broomstick. It's top of the range, Lardmaster 2000. Oh. Okay, on to the next one. Alright, the final Brentilda location is in the Cliq Lockwoods area, which we saw in the last episode. Or not the last episode. Friggin' thing. Okay, so, this is our last Brentilda location, the 10th one. So, Gruesome Gruntilda's favorite pastime is flying radio-controlled bats. This poor guy called Undead Ed was her first and only boyfriend, and I believe her, when she was younger, she used to have a baby dragon as a pet. Alright, so there is all the Brentilda locations. So, I hope you had them all written down, because we're gonna really need them for later. So, now we're gonna show you, I'm gonna show like one extra thing. It's not required to beat the game, it's just a little something extra to help the last battle against Gruntilda go a little better. So, I will meet you guys in outside Bubble Gloop Swamp as a crocodile. So, meet you guys there. So we are now a crocodile outside Bubble Gloop Swamp. Thanks for going through all that trouble, getting all the way from Cliq Lockwoods. So, we are going to go back into this pipe where we first unlocked the Freeze Easy Peak. Now, when we first did Freeze Easy Peak, we could have come here as a crocodile because you can still fill in the portraits as a crocodile. I just decided not to because, well, I just decided not to. So, up here, there is a golden feather, but behind the golden feather, like I also pointed out earlier, there's a hole that we can go through, and we can only fit as a crocodile. And on the other side of this hole, we will find a Cheeto book. This is Cheeto, Brentilda's spellbook. Cheeto, the spellbook you have found. Magic cheats I have for you. Hey, book brain, what did you say? You better not give my spells away. Which lost book finders Baron Bird are? Spell they get. So, we sure do, bag lady. Come on, book boy, give us the spells. So, only one spell Cheeto can tell. Enter the code. Blue eggs on sandcastle floor in Treasure Trove Cove world. Help you it will. Thanks, Mr. Cheeto. Hidden in lair other spellbooks are. Them you should find. So, that ding means we can enter the code. So, there are 3 Cheeto spellbooks through Gruntildas Lair, and putting in their codes they give you obviously does something good. It's an effect. So, this code, blue eggs, we enter that in. It doubles the number of eggs we can carry. Very helpful. Well, sorta. You know, I don't know when I'd ever need to use 200 eggs, but whatever. Alright, on to the next one. If you guys want to jump ahead, because I'm probably going to cut this because it'll take forever to get there, meet me outside the graveyard, like on the lava area, as a pumpkin from Mad Monster Mansion. So, see you guys there. Alright, so we are now here as a pumpkin, and we have to cross this treacherous path. And like you guys may have guessed when I first said meet you here, that hole I pointed out when we went to go see Brentilda is exactly the hole you have to be the pumpkin to fit through. So, as the pumpkin, we're going to keep on going through. Again, you could have done this when we changed the water level switch, because it doesn't really matter when you do this. So, Cheeto, Baron Bird have found once more another spell they get. If one more page I see you turn, then Grunty shall Cheeto burn. So nasty witches, so code I shall tell. Enter red feathers on sandcastle floor in Treasure Trove Cove. So, Cheeto obviously doesn't like Gruntilda, so, yeah. So, there we have the second code now. So, now we just have, oh, here's the hole. Now we have one more code to find, and this one's a little harder, so, I will meet you guys in the Rusty Bucket Bay area, where it's, uh-oh. Yeah, I'll meet you guys in the Rusty Bucket Bay area where the water is nice and high. So see you guys there. Alright, so I didn't necessarily mean the Rusty Bucket Bay area, but there's the area to go through to Rusty Bucket Bay. This is the area where, the area before it. So, first, like, this is the area where we got the Gruntilda puzzle piece from hitting the Grunty switch in Rusty Bucket Bay. So, hitting this water switch here, we now are on a timer. So, using that timer, now we have to go down to the Rusty Bucket Bay area. So, because the water level over there has risen quite a bit too. So, going through this hole here, I'm so used to being in water taking up double oxygen. I'm so glad it doesn't happen all the time. Anyway, the water level is insanely high here now, and we are able to reach a platform over here that we were never able to before. And please make it, please make it. Yes, I made it. As you see, it's kind of touchy there. But at the top of the stairs, we have the third Cheeto location. So Baron Bird getting good at finding Cheeto, so another spell they shall have. That traitor book has pushed its luck, so in the burning fire I'll chuck. Find Cheeto which won't. Code you must enter on Sandcastle Farm Treasure Trove Cove is gold feathers. So, there is our third Cheeto location. Beat which bear will if enter gold feathers code on Sandcastle floor and treasure trove code. So he just keeps repeating the code if you see it again. So now obviously the thing to do, we are going to go to Sandcastle Beach. And of course Sandcastle Beach is the, you know what, why don't I just show you guys. Meet you guys at the entrance to Treasure Trove Cove. Hey there everybody, welcome to Let's Play Banjo Kazooie. I believe that's how I started this episode when we went to... rats, wrong area. Anyways, whoops. We're back in Treasure Trove Cove now, and we are going to input those codes that we got from the Cheeto books. We're not cheating, we're just using what the game gave us. So, Sandcastle Beach is this castle down here that was underwater, where we first beat that crab. So, we need to make it go down. This is the place where all the cheats in the game can be entered. I'm not going to show you any of the cheats because you can easily look them up on YouTube, and the cheats are kind of, they're silly. Some codes that you get from doing the puzzle in Banjo's house, you can make Banjo's head really big or something like that. So, let's go ahead and enter those codes. I'm just going to speed this up so you don't have to watch it. Alright, so punching in the code red feathers. Bear and bird get 100 red feathers. 100 maximum nowadays. So basically I can hold 100 red feathers, so it doubles the red feathers. Fly to me, your butt I'll kick. So let's punch in the next one. And with the gold feathers code, we can now carry a maximum of 20 gold feathers. That's pretty amazing. Gold feathers you may have 20, but bruises you'll still get plenty. Okay, and the last code. And entering the code blue eggs gives us 200 eggs. So 200 eggs are now yours, now 200 maximum too. That lousy cheat for extra eggs won't help bear and chicken legs. So, we now have all the Cheeto upgrades, and now I think it's time to go and take on Gruntilda. So, on the next episode of Let's Play Banjo Kazooie, we are going to be returning to the Cliq Lockwoods area where we will go through that mysterious note door I pointed out to you guys before, and armed with our knowledge about Gruntilda and also this game, we've been through a lot in this game, we've been through many levels. We are going to try and take down that witch. So, this run is almost completely done. I'm kinda sad about that actually. Next episode definitely won't be the last, but definitely getting there. Definitely got that tear right in the corner of your eye there, you know. So, actually I'm right here. I didn't realize how close I was, so I'll just show the note door being gone through, and then I'll leave it on a cliffhanger because that's just how I feel like rolling for this episode. So we already unlocked the note door here last episode, so we're going to go through it now. So, through the path, through the turn, and on the next episode, we will be stepping on this mysterious platform. Where it will take us, I don't know. Well, actually I do. So, stay tuned for the next episode of Let's Play Banjo Kazooie.